all about how you hold the club with your left arm and how we use that left hand. Going to the target and that left elbow doesn't actually turn down, it's gonna look a lot more like this on the follow through. What's up, everybody? Today on the channel, we're gonna talk about the chicken wing and what actually causes the chicken wing. There's a lot of myths, rumors out there. I'm about to just completely dismantle all that crap. But your homeboy over here is in a boot. I'm doing this for you, all right? So even though I can't walk right or hit golf balls really at all, I'm still gonna make videos for you because I know you need the help. So help me and subscribe to the channel. That'd be awesome. Leave a comment, let me know what you think, and let's keep getting better in 2021. What do you say? So we're about to talk about the left arm chicken wing on the follow through. We're gonna clean that up, make you better, get that little flying feathery creature out of here. Let's get into the video. All right, gang. Like I said, in a boot. I'm an idiot. It happens. But I don't think that should hold anybody back. You can still get work done. So I'm still going to get work done for you. So the chicken wing, right? This is a constant one that comes through the door. Everybody feels like it's a problem that you have a chicken wing. And I agree. It's not the most desirable look, seeing that left arm kind of fly away. But there's things to consider as to why that happens. So part one, why is the chicken wing even happening in the first place, right? 99% of the time, I'm seeing a chicken wing because of a lack of rotation. Now, I'm going to say that again. It's a lack of turn that lets that left arm break down. The reason for that is if I don't create enough space and open my hips in the through swing, the club has nowhere to go, right? So I'll say it again. If my hips are parallel to the target when I make an impact and they're not open, the club can't travel through that void, and i.e. the handle with shaft length can't travel through that space. So the club has to go around my body somehow. And that somehow is with a release, right? And that release happens and when the left arm starts to break down. And that happens with everybody. Everybody's left arm breaks down. It's just when and where, right? So first, if you don't have a lot of turn and impact, you're already more predisposed to having that chicken winged type of look, right? So that's just the soup and nuts of it, right? If I have a chicken wing, I gotta get my rotation to open up. And if I can't, right? Let's say you're older, not as flexible, can't get the rotation, then there's still ways we can get around this, right? And I have a great example that I coach this gentleman all the time. He's a best friend of mine. And he doesn't get a lot of turn because he spent 26 years serving our country in the police force. And he's just not built to rotate. He's built to break people. And so when he gets into the impact, he has all the shaft lean in the world right here. And then his next move is to launch vertically, which is what we're supposed to do. He creates a release. It's much more vertical here. And then the hand starts to break down as he goes through the follow through, right? And he's a sub 80 shooter, carries a great handicap, hits the ball plenty far, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. Now, to fix the chicken wing with the lack of rotation, right? It's all about how you hold the club with your left arm and how we use that left hand, okay? So typically, when we have less rotation, we don't want the left arm and the left hand to hold the club very strong, because then if I release it, the ball is going to go way left because I'm not rotating enough to make the ball start right. So what I mean by that is if you were to make a thumbs up sign, grab the golf club, you should feel like there's a long thumb, right? There's an old verbiage about long thumb and short thumbs and blah, 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 blah. All right. But you want that left hand weaker. It's going to feel more like a long thumb kind of look. And what that'll let you do is have the club face be more open in your hand, right? The face is more open in that sense, so that you can actually release the golf club, let that lead hand break down, and keep your elbow pointed to the ground, right? Or into your ribs, as opposed to having too much lean, trying to hold it off, and sticking your left elbow out to the target, right? So Again, considering your situation. If you have a chicken wing with a lot of turn, that doesn't really apply. A chicken wing with not enough turn, this is a good fix. Because now, again, this is a lot of assumptions on my part. Now, with that weaker left hand on the golf club, you're going to want to release the golf club through impact and let the golf club pass your hands through here, and your release is going to look a lot closer to this stage. That right arm's going to release a lot more, and that's kind of that old school L to L kind of thing, right? And that's going to help you get rid of some of that chicken wing, is this weakening that left hand. You can always get the club in the path and the face to manipulate with changing your right hand instead, right? So the left hand is just a lot more face-based type changes, right? But also getting the left arm to rotate through. So that's your kind of solution for the lack of rotation, is start playing with your left hand grip and weaken it, right? So then the other thing to consider is when you release it, and let's say you do get plenty of turn and your hips are open at impact, right? And you're still kind of showing me some chicken wing stuff. A lot of it comes from that left elbow not turning down in the follow through, right? So that lead arm wants to still kind of protrude out to the target. And we don't want that look. We want that left arm to rotate down and turn that elbow into our ribs, right? And it's kind of like we're trying to give it to look like I'm out looking at my cell phone in my hand, right? And that move is going to give us that sensation of release, right? So we get set up. You start to make your swing. You get to about here, and you're going to feel this elbow turn down, and you're not going to have as much delivery look like our weaker left hand. It's going to be farther extended from your body, and the elbow is still going to be turning, rotating down this way. But again, this matches up with the player who can open their hips more on the through swing. So a lot of it has to do with your ability to rotate that lead arm down. So if you do rotate enough, you feel like you get hips open, you get video of it, you can send me video of it, where your hips are open enough, then, and you're still chicken winging, then it's probably a component of where's your left hand on the club, and is it rotating the elbow down enough, right? And again, the more you open your hips, the more the left hand needs to go on top, and vice versa. The less you open your hips at impact, the more square that lead arm needs to be at impact, right? So we're going to give this old pro a look at a move, right? So if you're watching it from down the line, right, and you keep that lead arm going to the target and that left elbow doesn't actually turn down, it's going to look a lot more like this on the follow through. If you let that left arm rotate against your body, it'll look more tucked against your ribs as you make a follow through, right? And again, a lot of that just has to do with making sure that elbow turns down. And depending where you hold the golf club, right, it's easier to turn that left elbow down with a weaker left hand because you're going to want to do that to square the club face more. If it's stronger and it's too strong for how you hold it, it's going to look more elbow sticking out. So if that tip makes any kind of sense to you guys on how to fix the chicken wing, think about it. Play with that left hand grip. Play with your release, thinking about the elbow turning down and trying to create a good matchup to your hip speed. Don't be a hero and think you're going to get Dustin Johnson level hip turn. If you can't turn that much, change your left hand and match it to what you can do, right? Golf should be the easy part of your day, not the hard part. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, send it to your friends, and I'll see you next time as you guys go out, make a bunch more birdies, and I go sit on the couch. See y'all later.